Good morning, the Clevelander. Hello, Esek Bokaki. Good morning. How are you? What's going on, guys? Good morning. How's everybody? Edgar Mendez. Good morning, JC Watts, Matt Hammer, Murray. Welcome, everybody. How you doing? Probably just going to go about an hour today. Got a new puppy to take care of, and man, is she a lot of work. So, Edgar, how are you, Edgar? The weather. The weather. Well, we've had about 5 days in a row, not much rain, and then it rained really hard last night through the night. So no rain right now, though. So we got a little bit of a break from rainy season, and then we got some heavy rain last night. Clevelander, yeah. I used to live in Southern California. I used to have season tickets to the Clippers many years ago, but yeah, 98 degrees in Nashville. Wow. Thanks for coming in, you guys. Mitch Bromwell, good morning, and thank you for the super chat. Justin, you guys didn't get any of that rain last night? We got really heavy rain last night. Several times. I was wondering, how widespread that was. We hadn't had rain in 5 days, but last night, wow, we got pounded pretty good. So, really crazy lightning and thunder last night. Probably about, I don't know. It started probably about 7 p.m. And the thunder was really, really unusual. I've never really heard anything like it again. It's kind of sounded like fireworks going off. And it was really kind of weird. What's the name of the newest member? Her name is Mocha. And she is just a handful, you guys. I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, I'm happy that we saved her life, but wow. She is a lot of work. Heading back to the moon and Mars by 2024. All right. Mitch, thanks again for the super chat, buddy. Good to see you again. Mark Doyle, good morning. How are you? Justin says it's always bad up north. Yeah, it must be because we do get quite a bit of rain here. And then I'll have friends that live in other areas that aren't getting much at all. But man, we get pounded here quite often too. Okay, Mark Doyle, good morning again. If I didn't say that, I think I did. Some people think it's cheap to live in the Philippines, but it's about the same here. It's about the same here. I pay $6.90 USD a month here, and it's about the same there in some places. I don't know where you're talking about, Chris. Some people think it's cheap. Let me read that again. Maybe I missed something. Some people think it's cheap to live in the Philippines. Yeah, I'm one of those people, Chris, that think it's cheap. I couldn't live in the US on what I live here. But it's about the same here. So where is here, Chris? And then you go on to say, I pay $6.90 USD on month here. Again, I don't know where here is. And it depends, and it's about the same there in some places. Oh, so your total budget in Michigan is $6.90 a month. Wow. That's incredible. Fed up. How are you, sir? JC Watt says it's $1,200 for an apartment in Nashville, low end. Yeah. I would imagine, Chris, that you're in a fairly isolated part of Michigan. Or maybe you are fortunate enough to be a homeowner in the US, which a lot of people are not. A lot of people are making monthly mortgage payments, and that can be expensive. Doing okay, Fed Up. Thanks for asking. Edgar says it's expensive in Toronto. Hope to pay less in the Philippines when I move soon. Yeah. I could never live in the U.S. on what I live for here, unless I don't know, maybe backwoods Missouri, or maybe where Chris lives in Michigan. I don't know. I'm from Southern California, so, and the southwestern U.S. is fairly expensive. So is the Northwest. Murray says, Murray says they charge almost $1 million for 800 square foot condo in Vancouver. Yeah, that sounds a lot like Southern California. I had a, let's see, I had a 1,400 square foot townhouse that I sold in Southern California for, what did I sell that thing for? Let's see, I owed $250. I cleared $200. I think it sold for $480,000. Mike Foodie, hello, sir. How are you? Manila and where he lives. Oh, sorry. Jim Schultz, good morning. How are you? JC Watts says 6.5 years and I'll be there in the Philippines. And you grew up in Monterey, another expensive place. Yeah, Monterey. Mike Foodie says it's a great time to be a landlord. Chris is saying that some cities in the Philippines, it costs a lot to rent. Yeah, that's true. If you want a Western lifestyle, you can live a Western lifestyle here, but it's going to cost you. And it's not really the Philippines, Some areas of Makati, Global City, Taguig, uh, even Pasay are just like living in the U.S. You wouldn't even know. You don't even see a jeepney all day long. Donald Morabito, hello, sir. How are you? Makoto Hasibe, good morning from Tokyo. Yeah, it's a trade. I can see the desire of a lot of, if it's sorry, I lost my train of thought. If it's a single guy coming here, I could see, the desire to have maybe like a condo someplace in Makati or Pasay, because there's a lot of areas like that, even Global City, where you can walk to everything. You would never need a car, and you could live a relatively simple life. And a condo in Makati is probably still much less than a condo in, say, Los Angeles, New York City, Chicago. The Clevelander says, fed up says, a simple life for me. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do as well. Clevelander says, I want to live in the province or Cebu. Cebu's a big, booming, busy city. SF Bokaki, here in backwoods, Missouri, I see ads for old, worn-out trailers renting for $450 a month. Boy, that seems expensive for that area. I've got an older brother that lives in Columbia, Missouri. Fat Up says 3 hots and a cot. And he's happy. Donald Morabito says he has a nice 2-bedroom apartment in Davao at $15,000 a month. And it's in a gated community. Yeah. J.C. Watts likes a city called Digos, an hour from Davao. Very nice. We have some apartments. For those of you that have followed my vlog for a while, we have apartments that are just in the next village over that are $7,000 a month, upstairs, downstairs, and with a little carport. Not bad. They look really nice. I haven't seen the inside of them and don't know if they're furnished or not, but just to give you an idea what it's like here, and that's probably about average. Justin Rogers is leaving soon. Okay. If Mark Doyle says, if you live a Western lifestyle there, why move? Yeah. Yeah, that's true, Mark. Good statement. Okay, Mitch. Thanks for coming in, bud. Good to see you. Justin Rogers, $780 a month near Greenbelt. Yeah. Which, is inexpensive by Western standards, unless you're East Coast or somewhere where there's bad weather. Tim Tarr has a condo on Bantayan Island at $400 a month. Oh, $400 a month, all expenses. Well, that's, I don't know if you mean $400 a month for the condo or all your expenses are $400 a month. You're doing much better than me even. Mr. Dan, good morning from Della Costa Homes, Barangay 178. Okay. Not exactly sure where that's at, but you're not too far away from me. I'm in 175. Mike Foodie, yes, you do pay property taxes here. What is the cost of property taxes? Let me think about that. It's not much. Melanie pays it. I think you pay it annually, your property taxes here, if I remember right. Paco Bernabe, coming there in a couple of weeks, going to take a look at that 2 million house. Is the lot next to it for sale? I don't know, Paco. It's on a decent sized lot. Not as big as mine, but the house is still for sale. The sign is still up there. Yeah, Mike Foodie, property taxes are, you know, a decent amount also in the U.S. Where are we at here? Mike Foodie. Okay. Paco, Mike Foodie again. Clevelander, from what I have seen and read, if you make $3,000 a month, is a good living there. Yeah, I would. $3,000 a month in the Philippines is a complete windfall. I can tell you that. We live on between $800 and $1,200 a month. So $3,000 a month is a tremendous windfall in the Philippines. Most families here live on well under $1,000. Filipino families, okay. So yeah, with 3,000. Justin Rogers is not leaving the Philippines, but leaving Manila. I'm sorry, I must have missed something there, Justin. Robert Ramey, good morning. J.C. Watts says that food costs in Nashville are high at 120 US per week. Brian, BD51, good morning. Property tax, Makoto says that property tax in Metro Manila is 2%. Yeah, that's right. And I think Melanie pays 1% here. Dean Bear says you can get a one-bedroom condo in Makati for $500 a month. Also in Global City. James Lonergan, good morning, sir. What did I miss here? Jeff C., good morning. How are you? Wait a second. I hear the puppy crying out there. Let me see what's going on. There she is, guys. That's Mocha. You can see how tiny she is. And Maddie is just obsessed with her. She's only 6 weeks old, so she's even much too young to be away from her mother, but somebody just apparently dumped her in a vacant lot down there. So, anyway, that's Mocha. And you guys all know this one. This is Ate Maddie. Okay, let me see if I can get these guys back outside again. Oh. Okay, sorry about that. Boy, she's a lot of work. Like I said, I feel happy that we prevented her from dying, which was certainly going to be her fate. But wow, she's just a lot of work, man. Okay, I'm a little bit behind here. Jeff C., I saw you there. Tim Tar says that's with all utilities. Batayan is nice. Most provinces are cheaper to live in. I live really comfortable on $1,100 a month. Okay. Now that's about what we spend here, family of four. Mike Foodie, no rain, but it did rain really hard last night. Cleveland, there was a disabled vet. Thank you for your service, sir. JC Watts, bedtime. Okay. Okay, thanks, JC, for coming in. Mike Foodie, yeah. That's what the vet said when we took her in. She was like, my God. She picked her up and looked her in the eyes and said, you are a very lucky dog. You don't know how lucky you are because, you know, being a dog in this country is not good. I mean, it can be good, but for the most part, it's a very tough country to be a dog in. Uncle Eddie is proud of Mocha. Uncle Eddie. Uncle Eddie. Hmm. Do we have an Eddie in the room? Uncle Eddie. Uncle Eddie is proud of Mocha. Yeah, she's very cute, but wow. I think, I mean, I spend my entire day mopping up piss and shit, you know. You guys know she's not allowed to go outside because she hasn't been vaccinated yet. She's too young to vaccinate. So, sorry, you guys, I've lost my place here. Dean Bear says, cute dog, yeah. Clevelander is asking, what's the worst part about living in the Philippines? Let's see. Well, for me, probably geographically would be traffic is really tough. The language barrier. You know, a lot of people think that English is widely spoken here, but it's just small talk, okay? Conversational English is almost non-existent, and that's the truth. I'm not lying to you there. So that's tough, and the reason it's tough is you spend a lot of time, you know, sitting by yourself, especially at big family events. Even I'm in a big family. Only a couple of the people in our family will come and talk to me. and I can have a conversation with. Only a couple of them. They're very shy to speak English here. Dennis Brock, good morning. So traffic, language barrier. We don't know. It's not easy, okay? I'll tell you that. It's not the paradise everybody makes it out to be. Unless you can come here with, $3,000 a month. You can live on a beach somewhere in the province, close to a city. That would be probably the ideal scenario. Glenn Morales, good morning. How are you? JS Eeyore, good morning from Alberta. Tim Tar, yeah, the heat can be tough. You get used to it, really. Paco Bernabe, can you fly a drone? Yes. There's nobody here that would stop you from flying the drone. This is the Wild West for sure. At time. Clevelander. Scott Del Fuego, good morning. Oh, Jeff C., I see what you're saying. No, it's Maddie. Maddie's a girl. M-A-D-I. Yeah. She's a little aggressive to the point where we have to separate them at times because Mocha's just so young, She's only 6 weeks. She shouldn't even be away from her mother. She should still be sucking on mama's teat. And I think that's why she's such a handful. She cries so much and Robert V., good morning. Morris Sweeney's in Rancho Cucamonga. Yeah, I know that area well. Mark Doyle says, I will be there for 28 days, going there in late February. $28 days. And you'll have 220 Aussie dollars. You must mean more than that. Maybe that's Mark, that might be a autocorrect error. 220 Aussie dollars for 28 days? Maybe you mean 22,000 Aussie dollars or maybe you mean 22,000 pesos or James says, not as an insult, but I dumbed down my English there. Yeah, James, I'll be honest with you now. Where I live, you guys, there's no foreigners. I'm just about the only one. And I have a hard time finding anybody that will even engage me. They're very, very shy to speak English here because they think we're going to make fun of them. They're not comfortable with their English. That is the main problem. And I know a little bit of Tagalog, enough to get me through the market and enough to make people smile at me and think I speak Tagalog, but I don't. I only know a little bit. Paco is asking, is the reception for internet good here? Yeah, we have smart here, and when we go outside away from the the Wi-Fi, it's good. Sunny, you can get an apartment in Novaliches for far less than 12,000. You'll find an apartment for half that, less than half that. So don't worry about that. Apartments are cheap, especially in that area. That's a low cost area. Better to try and speak Taglish than dumb down your English. Well, yeah, Robert. The thing that confuses a lot of people, especially the tourists that come here, if you're an American that comes here as a tourist and you're only here for 2 weeks, you really wouldn't have any idea that there's a language barrier, okay? Because you're going around Philippines with your girlfriend or just touring around doing touristy type things where people are a little more accustomed to foreigners. And, if you're just buying a burger and fries or you're just buying a bus ticket, and I've said this a million times, the English is going to be passable for that. It's a very simple transaction. So I'm talking about conversational English, like the conversation we're having right now. You have a very, very hard time finding that, and even finding somebody that's going to engage you or want to talk to you. A lot of times, and people don't know this, but it's happened to me several times, a lot of times out of stock means I don't want to talk to you because you speak English. Okay, that's what out of stock means a lot of times. Slim Jim, hello, sir. The Clevelander asked, what is your Filipino food? If you mean what is my favorite Filipino food, probably sisig, I would say. Sisig, bulalo. And Jay Greenspan, welcome to the chat. He says, yo, this is what I've been wondering. Oh, he's probably talking about the topic. Slim Jim says, hi, Philo, what's the chat about today? We're kind of talking about Slim Jim cost of living. Jay Greenspan. Google is listening to my conversations. Lost my place. Hold on. Yeah, Clevelander. Okay. Wow, 56 in the chat. Thanks for coming in, you guys. Give us a thumbs up if you can. We've only got 18. Hong Kong, Justin says that Hong Kong is a mess. Don't go there. They won't talk if they don't know English. And then he says, in Philippines. Yeah. Mark Doyle, 97,000 pesos. Okay, so maybe there was a zero left off of that. Slim Jim says it will cost more than you think. Everybody says that. My experience is a little bit different. Melanie and I planned a budget a year before I moved here, and we're staying right within that, very close. So, but a lot of people say that it's going to cost a lot more than you think. Jay Greenspan says, what's the average rent for an apartment in the Philippines? I'm sure it depends on the city, but what would you say in USD? If I had to put an average on it, I would say 200 USD. Again, that's an average. I've had friends, American friends, that had apartments that were $80 up in Bulacan. As I said before, Jay Greenspan, we've got apartments right down the street here that are $140 a month. And then there's, you're going to find some that are $300, $400 a month. That's going to be in a little bit nicer area, maybe. Robert V says, in Angeles, to make matters worse, lots of Bisaya, Tagalog, and the locals speak Kapampangan. Yeah. Your difference, though, Robert V. in Angeles, is you're going to run across a lot of foreigners. Which I have no foreigners here at all. So You're going to run into a lot of foreigners, make a lot of foreigner friends, people that you can hook up with for, uh, a cup of coffee or something, and have a conversation. That's what I'm trying to. That's the point that I'm trying to make. Is where I'm at. I can't do that. Of course, I can talk to my wife, and my kids speak pretty good English, of course. But uh, Mark Doyle, yeah. Clevelander says, "Can you live in a secluded area in the Philippines? Can you live in a secluded area in the Philippines?" Sure, if you're talking about the province. The province can be very, very can be nice for a visit. I'm not sure about living there though. You know, we were in Clyde Seaside. Good morning, sir, from Quezon City. All right, we were in Romblon province for those of you that follow the vlog. We were there for 5 days, and it was, I it was. I don't know if I could live there, honestly. The power was out from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. every day. There was only water, running water from 6 to 8 a.m. every day. So, you know, plus what can save? Pinakbet is maybe the healthiest dish in the field. Pinakbet. Pinakbet? Our life in the Philippines says 200 to 300 for an apartment. Welfare office. Welfare office. Well, that's an odd name for a YouTuber. You will have a ball, mate. I am an Aussie also. Oh, healthcare can be a big problem if you live in the boonies. Yeah. The one to know. Oh no, the other one to know. Okay. 1,000 to 1,500 a month is good. Okay, that's about where we're at. We're Robert V says, make a commitment to immerse yourself in the culture and learn Tagalog. Yeah. The only now, yeah, yeah, that's probably true. Slim Jim says, does your biker group speak English, and do you socialize outside of rides? Not. I haven't been with the biker group for quite a while. Many of them do talk to me because I'm the only foreigner in the group, and there's a couple of them that I've done things with outside of the rides. Nice guys. Makoto says, I wouldn't advise living in the province if it's your first time here. However, if you have Filipino friends or a Filipino girlfriend, it's doable. Yeah. Clyde says, 60 watching, or you're giving away massage tickets. Frank T says, has inflation hit over 15% year over year there? Frank T, I don't really know. I don't really know if inflation has hit over 15%. Sorry. You know the only American word with origins in Filipino is boondocks, from boondock. Okay. Peter Brown says, after a few MPs, what's your go-to karaoke song? I can sing Elton John, Garth Brooks, stuff like that. It's the puppy. James Lonergan says it's the puppy. Yeah, she's just wearing me down. I love her to death, but man, she is tough. For something that weighs less than half a kilo, you should see the amount of shit that comes out of this dog. Oh my God. She shits and pisses 3 times her weight daily. DJ Raider says hello from Oklahoma. Okay. Justin Rogers says that I lived in the province only well to take a shower and no electricity. Yeah, the province can be very, very inexpensive. And, you know, depending on what province you're in, Romblon wasn't too bad. There was a market there, but we were over on Ting Loi, and there was no market anywhere. The only place that you could buy any type of food was at a Sari Sari store. And there would be meat vendors along the road. So Ting Loi would probably be pretty rough. My Philippine Diary. Dennis Adam, good morning, sir. Clyde says that Philo needs a new pooper scooper. Yeah, I was talking to you about that yesterday, Clyde. She's just a handful, man. My Philippine Diary says howdy. Hello, My Philippine Diary. Where is the boss lady today? I think she should be able to come in. She was mentioning that she might be going over to her sister's house. So, Matthew Malanao. Malanao? Hello from California. James Lonergan, she did go to the vet and get dewormed. We took her to the vet the first day we had her. But she's too young to get any shots, so she's not allowed to go outside. Robert Fees said it's no fun with no electricity. Cold water, outhouse for toilet. Yeah. Edward Crandall, good morning. How are you, sir? May need to be wormed. It's no fun. Electricity. Murray says that electricity is his biggest expense. Okay. Yeah. I would say, I would agree with that. Although I was a single guy living in a townhouse, electricity ran me about 60 US a month. And here we're paying about 80 US a month. So with 4 people, I don't know. I would say it's close to the same as the US electricity here where I'm at. Good morning again, Edward Crandall. Jay's Greenspan, do you think the Philippines is lacking in technological advancements? Technological advancements. Good question. They call this a developing country, so obviously the internet's going to not be what we have in the U.S. So I don't know if you would say they're really lacking or if they just have not quite gotten there yet. A Westerner would probably say, yeah, that they are lacking for sure. You can go to a place like, you know, Poblacion, Makati, or Global City, and you think that you're in the U.S. So Makoto says a scooter or bike will also be a necessity. Yes, you have to have a scooter in the province. Paco says, are you scared to eat pork lately? There's a thing about pork going on. I can't say I'm really scared to eat it. I think that we are. Let's see. I think Melanie decided that we would go a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks, and try not to eat it. There is something going on here with the pork. Yeah. Clyde says, be happy that the puppy is not a horse. Yeah. Robert V. Melanie is both Tagalog and Bisaya. She's from Mindanao. Justin Rogers says the pigs need shots. Richard Paltrineri. Hello from Boston. Okay. Frank T says, what do you miss? What do I miss most from the U.S.? Yeah, I think about that a lot. Steak, I think, good steak. It's hard to find here. I'm not saying that you can't find it. Okay, I know people are going to go, oh, you got to go to SNR. You got to, it's not convenient for us to go to SNR. The markets that we go to do not have good beef. So I would say steak, and I would say really, really good Mexican food. And gallons of cold milk that are cheap. Yeah, Slim Jim. They have everything, but it does not work well. That's a very true statement. Yeah. My Philippine Diary says, I'd say they are making lots of advancements, but not on par, yeah, with the other countries around us, yeah. SF Okaki says, you can get anything in the Philippines. It's just a matter of how much you want to spend. It's very true. That would be true with probably any country, right? Richard Paltrineri says, the dog will be okay. Just give her time. Yeah. Do the girls in the Clyde says Poblacion, and you will think you are in the U.S. Do the girls in the U.S. give out massage business cards every 12 feet? Yeah, that's true about Poblacion. Peter Brown says, has Manila's mayor Isco cleanup efforts affected your area? Hasn't really gotten here yet. I know what you're talking about, clearing the sidewalks and giving them back to the people. We haven't really seen much here in the way of that. Of course, we're almost outside Manila, so. Yeah, Jay Greenspan, I lived in Southern California, so Mexican food was something that was very, very authentic. Mexican was very easy to get. Slim Jim, sorry, you guys, I'm getting behind. What happened here? Boy, you guys are talkative today. That's good. Going to wear me out. JSE yours says African swine flu doesn't affect humans yet. And Slim Jim says, I dream of fresh milk. Yeah. Jim Schultz, 65 watching. Is that a record? We had 75 once, but I've never gone over that. Have you lost weight since moving to the Philippines? Paco, I lost almost 20 pounds in the first 3 months. My Philippine Diary says, Philo, is there anything that you eat the moment you set foot back in the U.S.? Let me think about that. Probably some good authentic tacos, maybe. carne asada or pork tacos, authentic style. Makoto says that technology in the Philippines is kind of weird. In the smartphone department, they are quite up to par with the West. Internet's fast in Manila, Subic, but super slow in cities. Yeah. Murray says, I agree, cold milk and cheddar cheese. Well, yeah, good hamburger. Yeah. Yeah, we have so many really, really good hamburger joints in the U.S. And they're not really, let's just say the burger machine's not quite on par. There are places at the malls where you can get a decent burger, but nothing like In-N-Out Burger or, probably the best burger you're going to get here is like Wendy's or Burger King. Murray says, okay, James says Negros Island has dairies. Fresh milk and Bacolod and Dumaguete. Yeah. The problem with clearing all the streets would be finding legal parking. Yeah. Jeff C. is asking, what is our cost for internet per month? Good question. Let me think about that. I think it's about $3,500, about $70. And we actually have very good internet. It's only a 100 meg, but I can upload a video to YouTube in about 5 minutes. Very fast. Justin Rogers says, I miss street tacos. Yeah, exactly. That sort of thing. Really high quality Mexican. Someone has YouTube out about the cleanup in your town. That could be South Caloocan, SF Bokaki. I'm up in the north, quite a ways away from South Caloocan. South Caloocan is considered Metro Manila. I'm up in North Caloocan, almost to the province. My Philippine Diary says, I lived in Mexico for 10 years. I'm a Mexican food snob. I immediately chased down some of my Mexican food favorites. Yeah. Justin Rogers says, you can't get good cheese here. Yeah, you have to go to like a specialty market, like a Landers or a Landmark or something. Jay Greenspan says Filipino food generally has a high fat content. I grew up around Filipinos that migrated here a long time ago, and they never cut the fat off the meat. But you have to eat it. There's truth to that. Melanie will eat, if we're having pork chops, Melanie will take all the fat off of my chop because I won't eat it. SF Bokaki said you can get cheddar cheese, but it's white. Keith Conovan says that Converge is the best PH internet provider. Well, I don't really know. We're really happy with PLDT. I don't really know. Jeff C. says that, Philo, your internet signal is strong and your camera is very clear. Oh, that's good to know. We don't have, to be honest with you, we don't have many problems with the internet here. There was a little bit of a hiccup on last week's live chat, but it was just one of those things that happens every now and then. It's not going to be perfect all the time. Milk is white. Why is American cheese bright orange? Slim Jim says, what? Milk is white. Why is American cheese bright orange? I don't know. It seems most really high quality cheese is bright orange. Good question. Anybody know the answer to that? I certainly don't. In the markets back in the U.S., all of this expensive high-end cheese was bright orange. So I mean, that's I don't know. I don't know, Slim Jim. Anybody know? Paco Bernibe is asking, what camera are you using to vlog? I have a Canon G7X and I have a GoPro Hero 7. Tend to be using the GoPro more often lately because I've had some problems with the Canon charger. Although, funny thing is, I plugged that charger into the wall the other day and it was working just fine. So, Slim Jim also has PLDT. Okay. Boy, it's really jumping a lot. 62 in the chat. Thanks, guys, for coming in. Almost an hour online. Anyone in the PH, see if you have a Bell Chris Foods in your area. It is a restaurant food supplier from Cebu. Ah. Makoto says that American cheddar cheese is colored orange. Originally, it was colored with annatto seeds. Thanks for the tip, James. James is giving out tips. James, Italian chef in Tokyo. Ah, there you go. Japanese Italian chef. Sorry. Orange cheese has food dyes. Our life in the Philippines says I am Swedish by birth and never did see orange cheese until I moved to the USA. Okay. Butter is yellow in the USA because of food coloring. Beta carotene is why cheese is yellow, says Jeff. Paco is asking, have you blown up anything yet? I haven't blown up anything, but Melanie did blow up my CPU. I shipped my computer, which was a really nice Dell CPU. I shipped it in about my inbox. And Melanie forgot it was 110. It was just a fuse, though. We got it fixed pretty cheap. A couple of hundred pesos, it was fixed. No big deal. She just blew the fuse in it. Clyde says, I bought some nice Edam cheese in Landmark yesterday. Yeah, Landmark's awesome. Over at Trinoma, huh? Are you pretty close to SM North, Clyde? You must be. Lump Enos. How are you? Hello, sir. Jay Greenspan, what did you do in the U.S. before moving, if you don't mind me asking? I was a lineman for a communications company, a line technician. I worked on the mainline trunk and fiber optic network. So large-scale network problems, large-scale network outages, things like that. Internet provider. Slim Jim says that orange cheese scares me. This is Bob Liebold. Good morning from San Jose del Monte. Good morning, Bob. Makoto says you can have come to Tokyo. Ramel, good morning. North Calocan, South Calocan brother. Ah, Ramel, thank you. Too bad I didn't have a drone, right? The Monte Maria. Not far from SM North in Trinoma. Okay, Clyde. Yeah, that's a good area. If I'm able to make it up there, I'll meet you somewhere at SM North, more than likely. Still working on it. I haven't had a chance to sit down and talk to Melanie about it yet. Oh, my. SF Bokaki says, my grandma told me during World War II that butter came white, but they include the coloring so you could mix it in. Jeff C says, after a cow chews its cud, beta carotene devolves into the, oh my God. What happened to the chat? Beta carotene dissolves into the animal's fat stores and ends up in fat globules in its milk. That's why cheese is yellow or orange in color. Okay. It varies from time to time, but nowadays living in the Philippines is getting more and more expensive. But Justin Rogers says the Clippers are going to be good this year. I think so. They were good 3 or 4 years ago, too, but they always ended up injured. They had a great team even 5 years ago, but they always ended up injured when it came down to playoff time. You can't lose your point guard and power forward and, expect to. Yeah, the Monte Maria. Yeah. Void, welcome to the chat. How is it like to live in the Philippines? It's good. You just need to be patient. Paco is asking, did your stomach adjust to the food or the water? If so, how long did it take to be normal? I never really went through an adjustment. I have gotten what we thought was food poisoning a couple of times from street food here, but there was really no adjustment period for me, Slim Jim says the costs are going up. I don't know how the average Pinoy can afford it. Yeah. Ramel says the LA Clippers training camp rocked yesterday. What do I think about 5G? 4G wasn't fast enough. Well, it's just, an advancement in technology. It's going to keep going. And you're right. Jay Greenspan, 4G is fast enough, but there's always going to be, 68. Let's see if we can hit 70. 68 in the room. There's always going to be advancements in technology like that. The company I used to work for offers 1 gigabyte internet. Imagine that. Gigabyte internet. Kawaii and Paul George, rock and dunks, jump shots and threes. And Ramel likes the Spurs. Wow, San Antonio Spurs. Okay. They've historically always had a good team, haven't they? San Antonio. Just a second, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Let me try and catch up. Sorry, you guys. Oh, it's kind of warm today. Call me a conspiracy theorist. Okay, still hoping a good season for San Antonio. Okay, call me a conspiracy theorist, but 5G towers in every block can't be good for your cells. I've seen talk about that, Jay Greenspan, but I just don't know enough about it. Makoto's on 2 gigabyte. Wow. Paco says there's always a fiesta somewhere in the PI. Yeah, that's probably true, right? Robert V, I'll be going to the Gigante Festival in Angono in November. Ramel says San Antonio has always been that small market team. Yeah, that's true. World Rugby Cup host. Good luck. Ramel says, I believe this year could be the year that Los Angeles Clippers gets over that hump and becomes the team of LA. Though the Lakers might have a say in that. Well, yeah. Looks like Japan's going to take the World Rugby Cup this year. Frank T says San Antonio passed their prime, didn't make Final Six in finals last season. Paco Bernabe, boy, where'd it go? Paco's looking for the best place to retire. He's going to be here for 3 to 6 months. Tim Sheets, welcome, brother. How are you? Well, a very long-time friend of mine. Tim Sheets, welcome to the chat, brother. Thanks for coming in, saying hi. I think about you quite often, my friend. In the old days. Ramel says, I really do hope I get to go to Tokyo. Would love to watch the opening ceremony as well as the big events and games there. Boy, it's getting hot. I'm going to turn the aircon back on. James Lonergan, anyone going to go to Mascara Festival in Bacolod? Roger Jr., hello, how are you? Bruce Parrish, welcome to the chat. Awesome festivals coming up in the Philippines. Ramel. Whew. Sorry, you guys, this chat is just, maybe my internet's starting to, it's jumping around and I can't see where I'm at. I wonder if that happens to you guys. Does the chat, or if it's just the host that it happens to. Sad truth about the Spurs, I believe their era of domination is done. But we'll still be a fan. Okay. Robert V says he's trying to get tickets to the Sea Games. Okay. Try and spend a month each in several. Okay. Try to spend a month each in several locations in the Philippines. The island varies so much from place to place. Yeah, that's true. Clyde is going to Bacolod on the 10th. Ramel says, I always like small market teams winning the title from the big ones. Yeah. When was the last time a small market team? Would Houston Rockets be considered a small market team? It tends to get really hot in North and South Caloocan after a typhoon leaves the Philippines area. Michael Muriello, what's the best phone option while living in the Philippines to maintain contact with family and friends in the USA? I use Viber, and it's very cheap. Viber, the Viber app. You can load it through the app on your phone, and it's like 1 penny a minute. I loaded $10, just to give you an idea. I loaded my Viber app with $10 well over a year ago. I've still got like $6.80 left. And I've made quite a few calls. Well, actually, that's not true. I haven't made that many calls to the U.S. You're going to find, I don't know if you're moving here or not, Michael, if you're just visiting, you're going to find that you won't make that many calls to the USA as long as you wrap everything up before you leave. Had to call my bank once for something. I don't remember what it was. But, you don't have to call the U.S. much as long as you wrap everything up really good and tight before you leave the U.S. Jeff C. says the best bars in the world are in the Philippines. The sound of 50 pairs of high heels dancing in unison is incredibly amazing. Mike Foodie says, I heard you can change a setting that will slow the chat down. After effects of too much rain over the past couple of weeks. Yeah. My Philip Diary sounds like a good plan. Oh. Justin Rogers says the Sonics are gone. SF Okaki says rooms and AC will be hard to find because of the games. Robert V says the Orlando Magic are a small market team. Okay. Yeah, Houston's kind of a big market at the moment. Slim Jim, if you have Viber on a Wi-Fi connection, you can call any U.S. phone number. Any U.S. phone number. For 1 penny a minute. It's the cheapest that I've been able to find. A lot of people say Magic Jack. I've heard people have a lot of problems with Magic Jack. Again, I haven't tried a lot of things. I just, I had the Viber in the U.S. to communicate with a couple of my friends all over the U.S. that would come to the Philippines. And then I got here and did a little bit of research on the Viber and realized it had an application to call the U.S. And you just load it through your app store, 10, 20 bucks, and for a penny a minute. I mean, that's cheap. I can't imagine there being anything that's cheaper, unless there's some way to do it for free. Maybe there is. I don't know. Yeah, Facebook Messenger, Slim Jim, also very good. But I think the original question was to call. Actually, the original question was to call family, and I had this for calling businesses. I had to call, a couple of different U.S. businesses shortly after moving here to do final, wrap up stuff. So, oh shit. My lamp fell down, sorry. Well, that's never happened before. Whew. Paco says, is a car necessary there? I would have to say no on that. It's not necessary. Probably nice to have certain times of the week that you can travel, but it's not necessary. We're a family of 4. I've been here almost 2 years. We don't have a car. Robert V says, you're not talking to me. Never mind. Michael says, okay, not talking to me. Slim Jim says, is Australia on the app list? Slim Jim, I don't know. I don't know. Not sure why it wouldn't be. If I can call the US on Viber, I would think that you can probably call Australia too. I'm sorry, I don't know the answer to that. My Philippine Diary says, I use Magic Jack. If you have a good internet connection, Magic Jack is good. It's $40 a year and get a US and you get a US phone number. Everyone thinks you are calling from the US. Okay. I don't know much about Magic Jack, so there you go. That's WhatsApp is totally free for messaging and calls as long as you are on the internet, Wi-Fi, or data. Okay, WhatsApp. WhatsApp is apparently free for calls to America. Something else I didn't know. Raw Mail also uses Viber. Okay. What aircon brand do I have? Oh, I've got a Everest. Is that right? Yeah, Raw Mail, I have an Everest, and it seems to work really good. My Philippine Diary says he agrees that a car is not necessary here. Okay. Uber is the best way to travel. Tim Sheets. Is it as hot there as it was in Fort Sherman? You know what, Tim? It's probably about the same. Yeah, very muggy, very, not so much this time of year because we're in rainy season and the rain tends to cool things down. But in the summertime, oh, baby. Paco Bernabe, did you ship anything? Yes, I shipped 5 Balikbayan boxes. The Magic Jack app. James says the Magic Jack app does display text to it if you have a website like a bank or money transfer place that sends you a code. Jeff C says WhatsApp is free worldwide. Well, there you go. I used to use WhatsApp in the USA a few years back. I think fellow traveler says, I think if you change phone numbers in your phone, WhatsApp will require that you use the new number. I don't know. On Viber, I didn't have to. That's an interesting question. I don't remember. I don't remember if I had to get a new Viber account. Because obviously when I got a Filipino SIM card, my number changed. I don't think I did. I think it's oddly enough, I don't recall changing the phone number. Sorry, I don't remember. Philippine Diary says that James, okay, I'm not talking to me. Justin Rogers says that Texas is hotter than the Philippines. Oh. Ramel says one of the great requirements right now here, yeah, during April and May, the heat is to have an aircon. Robert V. 8 weeks. Eight weeks, Robert V. It took for my ballot buy-in boxes. Hey, James, you want to nuke that guy? Ramel, I remembered this report from 42 and 44C, yeah. It's okay, I'll get him. The Viber app, fellow traveler says the Viber app stays the same, but the number updates. Okay. Okay. James, okay. Yeah, I know that you're coming soon. Oh, where am I at here? XS Snowman? Is it true that one Frank Sinatra song is cursed? Yeah. They say it's cursed. I have sung it many times because I can sing Frank Sinatra. I can do his voice. But yeah, My Way, apparently somebody was singing My Way. And it's, you know, it's just a coincidence this happened. He could have been singing, you know, something from the Cars. Apparently this guy was in trouble with somebody, and the guy walked into the bar and shot him while he was singing My Way. So, yeah, in Filipino culture or society now, nobody wants to sing My Way because they're afraid they're going to get shot. That is true. XS Snowman. XX. Oh, Ramel, maybe I've got that wrong. I was told that somebody that was singing that song was shot, and that's why it's considered, you know. Mike Ross, Elo, welcome. Paco says, if money were no object, where would you live in the PI? God, I've got no idea. If money were no object. I don't know. I always tend to want to live on the beach, so I would probably pick, you know, a beach city somewhere, I think. If money were no object. Yeah, but I would also like to be close to an SM mall, you know. So, I don't know. Great question, Paco. Nelson is coming to Cebu in 10 days. Great. Jeff Giordano says not Spooky Farm. Meeting up with Rod from Amazing Philippines in Cebu on my layover. Okay. Fellow traveler says if money were no object, you'd live in Thailand and not the Philippines. Hey, I don't know. The two countries I've traveled, both of them, they seem very similar to me in cost. I don't know. Although the dollar's down there, so yeah, it would probably be a lot more expensive. It would probably be more expensive now. Uh, Shit, the baht's down to 30, I think, on the dollar. From Wikipedia. Okay. The My Way killings are a social phenomenon. Okay. So, okay, I'm not sure what that means. So culturally, they don't like the way the words in the song. Maybe that wouldn't surprise me. If you're a big guy and planning to stay in the fills for a while, better to ship your sized clothing. Clyde, that's good comment, Makoto, and that's true. A lot of oversized clothing is going to be uke only, as I've gotten many pairs of shorts from there. Yeah, if money was no object, would you live in the Philippines? Exactly. Probably not. I would probably, be more like some of the super vloggers that only vlog waterfalls and beaches and just be a visitor. So, yeah, that's a great point, Clyde. Probably wouldn't live here if money was no object. Great point. A lot of people are afraid, Seth Bokaki, lots of people are afraid of aces and eights when playing poker, but I'll take them anytime. Okay. Doug Moe, how are you? Justin Rogers used to live in Chiang Mai, which I've heard is a great place to live. Doug Moe says that Thailand's immigration is changing their policies. Yeah, you now need health insurance. The Thai baht is rising against the dollar. Yeah, I think I said the dollar was dropping. So it's been great watching your live stream. I better get back to reality. Okay, my Philippine diary. Thank you for coming in. Clothing P500, accessories P250. Ramel, what are you talking about? Food is P1000. Oh, okay. Telephone is P500. Paco says, I've lived in the US for 54 years, been there, done that. Philippines has 7,600 reasons to go there. Yeah. Paco's got his rosy glasses on. I envy where you're at right now, Paco. Mike Ross says, picture two drunk Pinoys arguing in a hole in the wall bar, then get stabbed or shot. Okay. Ooh. Yeah. Sorry, you guys. I was just the chat is jumping. Some of the chat lines are missing. Justin is 39 and retired. Wow, that's something. Retired at 39. I'm almost 55, and I feel like I retired too young. So, permanent vacation in the Philippines. Sounds good, James. Filipinos would fight over who got to sing My Way. Okay. Tim Sheets says if money was no object, I'd stay in Missouri. Yeah, it's favorite war scene in movies. I've always been a big Full Metal Jacket fan, so Ham Killa, how are you? Haven't seen you in a while. Damn. Excuse me. Ramel, I have always wondered that too. What were those steel barricades? Cesar Ruiz, hey buddy, how are you? Thanks for coming in and saying hi, buddy. Sure do miss you guys. Oh. Paco Bernabe, I saw that comment before. The Bangalore strategy from Charlie Company definitely baked the cake. Clyde Seaside, my wife's brother, keeps telling me that I must go to Palawan and Boracay for white sand beaches. I don't know. I don't know if I would go to Boracay, but I tell you what, Carabao Island right next door is pretty hard to beat. There's nobody there. There are literally no tourists. Caesar's really, how's everybody over there? We're okay, man. Thanks. Lucas Musser, hello, friend. How are you? Oh, I think I'm coming down with something. Ah. Yeah, the steel things were to slow down landing craft. Okay. Whew. Joseph, what's up, brother? How you doing? I'm just about to log out, man. Melanie's taken off, and we've got a new puppy I got to go babysit. Yeah. Joseph Kanomoto. Yeah, I recognize you. Why not? I see you on Facebook every day. Thanks, Lucas. Ah, okay. Paco Bernabe, probably a 150cc scooter would be the best way to go. Something automatic, okay? Easy on the hands, easy in traffic. Thanks, Slim Jim, for coming in. I'm going to call the chat too, you guys. I've got to, Melanie's going to be leaving here in a few minutes, and I've got to babysit the puppy. And Clyde Seaside, if you're still in here, I'll message you, okay, as soon as I figure out what we're going to do. It just so happens Johnny B started his job this week, so he's not here with us anymore. Thanks, everybody, for coming in. Another fun chat. And excuse me, I'll see you guys next week. Thanks so much again for supporting the channel and coming in to chat.